This video is made possible by the EA Creator Network. Hey, thanks for slithering in. I am Symtherin and welcome back to my channel and to another speed build into Sims 4. Before we get into it, special thanks to EA and the EA Creator Network for supplying me with a game code to test out the brand new Castle Estate kit. I am so excited to finally have this in the game and I'm hoping you all are enjoying it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. We will talk a little bit about my opinions very shortly, but here we are with the exterior pretty much already kind of together. So we are doing a small castle. It's not too big. Eventually I would love to give a go at a larger castle. I think I've mentioned before I've done one or two in the past and they were like base game only Hogwarts houses castles. There were like two of them, I believe, Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw. So having some of the items would have been very helpful because we know base game and yeah, it's rough, but yeah, I like it so far. I'm gonna tell you about the details in a little bit, but right now we are finishing up the roofing, which proved to be a little difficult. And then my favorite part of this build is the landscaping. So I can't wait to do that, but make sure you guys are staying tuned for later in this video because I have a big announcement that might be kind of clear if you read the title of the video. At this point now, I'm trying to figure out where all the bump outs can go because I love me a good bump out. I struggle with building houses without bump outs. Let me know if you are one of those people. But I actually saw a picture from GShade over on Twitter or X. If you don't know GShade, then I don't know what rock you're living under because she is the castle queen and she said, when in doubt, build a moat. So a moat is like a body of water and then, you know, leading up to a castle and then you got a bridge and all that stuff. It's like a security thing. So this isn't quite a full moat, but I definitely love the idea of surrounding this little mini castle with a little mini body of water. Call it a pond, I don't know, whatever. But we are in Windenburg and so I'm pulling out a ton of debug landscaping from Windenburg. At this point of building, I do not have the kit just yet. I pre-built the shell and the landscaping a little bit, so stay tuned for all the goods. But we are in Windenburg because what other world is fit for a castle but Windenburg? I mean, come on, really, right? It's gotta be Windenburg. But the landscaping items in the debug menu are also so pretty. I absolutely love it. Or I lied. No, yeah, I'm not lying. I was gonna say, wait, I'm using debug from Get to Work, but Windenburg or Get Together, and Windenburg is Get Together. Never mind. I am sleepy, so I stayed up past my bedtime to talk to you guys and finish this build and do this voiceover. So if I get a little rambly, you'll know why. But when am I not rambly? So that's a good question. If you're new here, hi. I talk and I talk in circles sometimes. But here we are getting some of these viney kind of, I think they're like swampy leaves in my mind, but they absolutely look so magical and perfect for a little castle. And I just adore this build. I love the shape of it. I love the, like, how it's so compact and kind of cute. So I hope you guys are liking it as well. Right now we're just putting some fences around and yeah, then we are going to get into the actual kit. So I have some thoughts of the kit. We actually got two new kits. We got this one, the small, or not small, the Castle Estate kit. And then we got a Create a Sim kit, which is Goth Galore. Both were voted by us, the community. I know I voted for both of these kits. So however you feel about that is that. I can't even remember what other ones we voted for at this time. But yeah, I can't remember. It's really escaping my memory. However, I wouldn't be surprised if those other options came to us at a later date. I feel like there was a big turnaround in this. I think they already had a couple of these things ready to go. And they were like, well, which ones would they want first? And then, because now here we are with 2 new kits already in the beginning of the year. Well, it's like halfway through January, almost over. But that, it is what it is. Time really flies. We're still landscaping, but my thoughts on the kit. Well, first off, what I love about the kit are the windows. Absolutely gorgeous. I like the doors that we got with them too in the archways. They are very detailed, so I'm not mad at those. I love the new foundation. We've got some new floor tile. Well, just one floor tile, actually. We got a new stone wallpaper, which the stone wallpaper has a swatch with some greenery on it, and that is actually my favorite swatch because I'm going to use that so much in like overgrown builds and things. So I'm pretty excited for that one. Right now, before I get into what I don't like about the kit, we are getting like the outdoor spaces together. I put a little fountain in front. Here we have a little bench and some fairy lights and some gardening pots because we need a skill, and that's just kind of an easy thing to put outside in The Sims because I feel like most people when they do gameplay, at least from what I've seen, do some kind of gardening at some point. I know I have. And here we are, the kit is now in my game, and now I'm going to tell you what I am not liking too much about the kit. I think it's lacking a lot. So I wish we had more options for decor and clutter. Obviously, I love some decor and clutter and some furniture. This kit is definitely very exterior focused, which isn't bad. It totally makes sense for like a castle kit, clearly. I mean, architecture is very much like important when you're building a castle. So we have that. What else? I wish we had some kind of roof paint because we did not get any of that. And I had a lot of roofs on this build, so I know not all castles typically have like gable roofs and things like this, but I mean this one did, so that's it. But yeah, so I think I used a base game roof tile. I don't even remember. The stained glass windows, I did not use those yet, but I cannot wait to use them because they just look so crisp and so pretty. And the windows, I think I'm going to get a lot of use of. I enjoy the columns. I just wish we had more stuff that can go with the interior, because when I get into the interior, I do struggle a little bit. I'm not going to lie. But I think, in my opinion, that the Castle Estate kit would have been a much better stuff pack. I don't think it needs to be a full-on expansion pack or a full-on game pack. I was a big fan of The Sims Medieval back in the day. Like, that was my game. I loved it so much. So I feel like having a little more towards that would be cool. But if we were really focusing on building and the architecture style, I feel like a stuff pack would have been okay, because then at least we could have gotten a little more of some interior furniture. We don't need too much. I feel like a lot can be covered with base game and get together, but a little more would have been very helpful. Anyway, before we get into the interior, I am going to share with you a fun little announcement. Thanks to the EA Creator Network, I have a game code for the Castle Estate kit to give away to one of you guys. It is a PC code, so keep that in mind, but here's what I need you to do to enter. 1, like this video. 2, comment down below. You can say anything as simple as hi, put a smiley face, doesn't matter. Subscribing is not necessary, but always appreciated. And then on the community tab of my channel, I will be announcing the winner on January 24th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And there you have it. Best of luck, Simmers. For anyone who is not participating, feel free to let me know in the comments below. If you do choose to also comment on this video or about the build or about the castle kit or about your opinions or your life and whatever you feel like sharing. But if you are steadfast, like, I'm good, I already have the kit, yada yada yada, you know the drill. So here we are now in the interior. Yes, I did really struggle with this, and the layout was pretty easy, like floor plan wise, but picking out the furniture and things was kind of difficult. Maybe I made it a little too big? I don't know. But here I made like this little makeshift bench out of some ottomans, and I think those are base game cabinets. Yes, they are. So I like using that trick every once in a while. I feel like I've seen others do it too. It comes in handy. It's a great space filler, and I'm 95% sure that it is functional. Like, I am probably about 75% sure that this build is functional. I say it all the time, so I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but I don't always play test my builds. However, this build is currently now up on the gallery. My gallery ID is Symtherin, and I did not limit my pack usage per se. I tried to be a little mindful, but I wasn't like sticking to, you know, a criteria per se. So keep that in mind if you do decide to go and grab this build for yourself and your gameplay. I'm not too familiar with castle interiors, which is kind of funny because I love Harry Potter and I love castles, but I don't know. I was really struggling with this one, mostly because I wish we had more furniture that really matched the vibe of the architecture. So there's that. With that being said, there are parts and bits and pieces of the interior that I actually really enjoy. And one of them being that bench under the window that I showed you guys already. Another one being this little storage area, kind of separating the counters and the fridge. That was different. I kind of like it. I don't think I would do it for too many other builds, but I thought it was kind of cute and a good way to kind of take up a little more space because I realized I was like, oh, this is a huge space, actually more than I was anticipating to work with. So there is that, but right now we are just grabbing some clutter. I try to keep it not so modern with the clutter and the decorations because we are in a castle. However, I feel like that would be kind of cool to play with, like castle exterior, modern-ish interior, kind of like an upgraded thing. That might be fun to do. Let me take note of that, maybe. If you guys have done that, let me know. I would love to see it. But yeah, here we are picking out our dining room table. Not too much clutter on the table. I think I ended up putting a plant, but the kitchen and dining space is pretty much complete. So our next room is going to be the living room. I was really tempted to put a TV in the living room, but a TV in a castle feels kind of silly to me. Let me know what you guys think of that. I don't know. It feels like it doesn't belong, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. But in this corner here, as you walk into the castle, you are greeted with a little reading nook because I love a good reading nook. I feel like I put one in almost every single build, and I'm sorry, but the book nook kit still to this day is probably one of my favorites, along with blooming rooms and everyday clutter and even bathroom clutter. We have some good kits. That's what makes this kit a little more sad to me, is because I feel like most kits I get use out of in every build. I don't think I'll get use out of this kit in every single build. These windows are very particular, if you know what I mean. If your sim does move in here, we have plenty of activities. Like I showed earlier, we have some gardening pots out front. We have one on one of the balconies as well. We have this piano here. We have books. We have an art easel up in the bedroom that you guys are going to see in just a little bit as well. So there's plenty of skill building tools in your arsenal here, which I'm very proud of. But we of course had to use this torn and worn down rug from the werewolves pack. One of my favorite rugs, especially for a build like this. I imagine this rug being walked over tons of times because we have stone floor and that's gonna get cold. So we do have a fireplace here as well. It's a really tiny fireplace, so I don't know how well that does for heating up the whole house or the whole castle, even though it's not that big of a castle, but you know, so you might be a little cold. That's okay. I think your Sims will be okay. You can always just throw in a thermostat and it'll be magically fixed. Could you imagine? Like, you don't even have to do any construction with like wiring or exhaust systems and all of that craziness that we have to deal in real life. Anyway, we are finishing up this living room space. We're going to go to the bathroom. The bathroom is, I think it's okay. Maybe I'm being too harsh. You can let me know. But you have everything you need in that bathroom. We do have these large windows that I do cover up with some curtains. And what do we have in there? I think we have a bathtub and a toilet. We don't have a shower in this build. That was a really long pause. I am so sorry. Oh, that kind of threw me off. And now the bathroom's done. So I guess I did that off camera. I really thought I did that in or on camera. But we're adding some clutter to the top of the piano, but we are going to move to the upstairs. Up here, I'm continuing to layer these two curtains. The ones are from the Desert Luxe kit, like the long ones. The ones that are kind of tied and a little lacy, those are from the High School Years expansion pack. I love the way they kind of layer, although they do clip. But I think it's pretty cute. I think if I played with the tool mod a little more, I could probably figure it out. I had some issues pulling out a bed. I didn't know which one I wanted to use, and then it took me a while to settle on a swatch with this bed from Seasons. One of the best beds in the game, hands down. Let me know if you agree. Up here in the bedroom, I made sure there is plenty of greenery, plenty of rugs. It is very cozy. I somehow managed to make this pastel pop cookie rug work, which isn't something I do very often. So that was pretty exciting. I also, over by the stairs, like as you're walking up, put a little kind of gallery wall with mirrors and a mix of different paintings and wall decor, which is something I was thinking about throughout the whole process of building this. I wanted to do something with this wall, make it a moment. And I wish we had more like rustic mirrors, because I would have done a full-on mirror wall. I don't know, I feel like that would just be so cool. But needless to say, I don't think we have the mirrors that I want in my mind to make it work, so I might have to play around with that idea in another build. But I still like how this came out. And then in this other corner, we do have our little painting section. Like I said, we put down an art easel so your sim has a creative skill that they can work on. But thank you again to the EA Creator Network for giving me a game code for this kit. I'm having fun with it despite, you know, missing out on some other items that I would have liked. But overall, pretty nice kit. I'm going to use these windows and this flooring pretty often. And then best of luck to those of you entering the giveaway. I wish I can give you all a game, but for now, we'll settle for one. But best of luck. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. Talk to you next time. Bye!